what an appropriate sign here, voter ID hypocrisy, when we think about what's going on in the building behind us and what the leadership is doing today, and then think about what's happening 150 miles east of us in the 9th Congressional District. As has already been said, this is the hypocrisy, passing an unconstitutional law that's going to deny people an opportunity to vote when real voter fraud is happening in the 9th Congressional District, and not a scant word really being said inside about it.
Right.
Think about 2016. Think about how many people, when we had a voter ID bill, or voter ID law, excuse me, in the primary election, who were disenfranchised.
Yes.
Hundreds of people were disenfranchised. We know people who were registered voters, had a voting record history in our state, and yet they were denied the ability to cast a ballot. Not to mention thousands of people who probably just didn't show up because they were confused by this convoluted law. That's not right. And now we have a law that is about to be passed, a proposal that's about to be passed in the law that has many of the same impediments doing the same thing. How many people are going to be disenfranchised in 2019 and the 2019 election and the 2020 election? That's wrong. We cannot accept it. And as has been said, $17 million to implement this unconstitutional law. That's crazy. Think of how many State Board of Elections voting investigators could be hired with that kind of money, because that's where the resources should be put in this state when we think about what's happening in the 9th Congressional District. We need more investigators. We don't need this phony sham law that's going to harm people and deny their ability to vote. I'm a native North Carolinian. I've worked for Common Cause for 20 years, and I'm very saddened that we have this horrible history of denying people the right to vote in our state, and that we're adding to this chapter 2 decades into the 21st century is shameful.
Yeah.
Shameful.